Hey world, it's Ben when to come back to another video. Family, I want to do this video here because I don't know how many family members out here in the garden that are boxing aficionados or just a fan of boxing. Okay, I'm a great fan of boxing. I have been since I was a kid, since I boxed in Golden Gloves back when I was like in third and fourth grade in Vernon, Texas. And so I understand the sport of boxing. Um, you know, I know a good boxer from a bad boxer. Okay. And so, last night they had two of the legends, Roy Jones and Mike Tyson, fighting an exhibition fight last night. And it's so funny because, like I said, these guys are 54 and 51 years old, right? Which I'm 51. I'll be 52 next month. So I'm already knowing that my skill set in basketball back in my 20s and 30s was, it's totally different from what I do now. I shoot some threes, you know what I mean? I play a little bit, but that's it. The athleticism isn't there anymore. Just the love itself isn't there anymore. But the appreciation and admiration for the sport is still there. I still love to watch it, and I still love to play it every now and then, right? So when you see 54 and 51-year-olds in a boxing ring, a realist automatically understand what it's about. Love of the sport. Get out there, make some money, donate to charity, put some coins in your pocket, you dig? Because you're two legends. And so when I watched the fight last night, guys, and if you didn't get a chance to watch it, go to YouTube. I mean, you can go to YouTube and watch the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones fight. And honestly, from the standpoint of a fan, I really enjoyed it because it was two cats that was at the top of their game was the best in the world. You dig? And they kicked ass and took names, right? Roy Jones. I mean, he went from middleweight all the way to heavyweight, winning championships in those different divisions. And of course, Mike Tyson was the baddest heavyweight there was in the 90s. You know what I mean? And so seeing these two guys have a exhibition fight to me was kind of entertaining because like they have different styles, right? But at the top of their game, their craft was better than anyone else. You dig? And so watching Mike Tyson and Roy Jones out there, and mind you, I appreciate the love that they have for each other. Even at that age, don't get it twisted. Those guys still can fight. I mean, they can throw punches and knock you out. Okay? But the fact that they didn't try to do that to each other last night, it was basically us seeing them back in the ring, throwing punches, playing defense, moving around for 8 rounds. 50-year-olds. I enjoyed it. It was lovely. And like I say, Mike Tyson came out with a lot of body blows. Of course, Roy was doing this thing with the bobbing and the weave and went to unorthodox punches. And I loved it because neither one of them hurt each other. Both of them went out there, entertain the people. If you're a boxing aficionado or just a boxing fan itself, and you enjoyed that because both of them left the ring, healthy. Okay. No bruises. Neither one of them went out there and tried to kill each other because that's really pretty much counterintuitive of boxers when they get into the ring. Because once that bell rings, bam, you going out there and you trying to knock his ass out. But these two guys showed the utmost respect for each other, and I really appreciated it. But also to see the little glimpses of the greatness that they both had back in the day, to me was refreshing as well. Now, poor Nate. See, to me, what happened to Nate Robinson last night was the same thing that happened to Michael Jordan back in the 90s when he went from being the greatest basketball player on the planet to going to play baseball and now they're looking like he played for the Bad News Bears. I don't care how you try to spin it. Michael Jordan was a terrible baseball player. I don't care how you try to spin it. And it was ridiculous, right? He never made it to the majors. He was just in the minor leagues. And people are like, well, I mean, he's still in the pros. Man, get out of here. That was ridiculous. And so what I seen from Nate Robinson last night, And family, if you didn't get a chance to watch it, please watch it. Because sometimes your ego can get in the way of reality. Nate Robinson, when he stepped into that ring, and him against Jake Paul, a YouTuber who had one fight, a social media guy, a guy who was on the Disney Channel, an actor, and Nate Robinson. Here you are, 3-time slam dunk champion in the NBA. Come on, man, let it ride. Did you spend all your money? And that's why I say, family, pay yourself first. Because there's no way anyone who made millions of dollars playing basketball should be in their 30s trying to become a boxer. And then you get knocked out the way you got knocked out. That was terrible. And if you didn't get a chance to watch it, please check it out. And you will see from the beginning of the fight, Nate didn't want to be in there. He seen how much bigger this guy was than him. All right? And then after the first knockout in the first round, the second round, you knew it was just a matter of time. Nate was, and I know when he got knocked out the first time, when he got doing the first knockdown, when he got up, I know he was like, oh, I cannot believe this. All my partners in NBA, they have to be laughing at me right now. And you guys that played with Nate in the NBA, you know, why didn't any of you guys tell him not to do that? That was ridiculous. If you looked at him, you knew he didn't want to be in the ring. And to get knocked unconscious, Nate, really? Now what are you going to do? What that tells me is this. Either you guys are on scholarship and you guys don't make the money they say you make, right? Or you just don't make smart decisions. Because right now, the last thing anybody going to remember about you, Nate Robinson, is getting knocked unconscious by a YouTuber. Damn, Nate. I like you, Nate. You're a dog on that basketball court, Nate. But what you subjected yourself to and your family and friends, that was not cool, man. To get knocked out like that. And I'm glad it was pay-per-view. But guess what? All you got to do is go to YouTube and look at it. Much props to Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., two of the greatest boxers of all time. And I really appreciate them going out there and giving out an exhibition fight for us and, you know, respecting each other and showing us that boxing ain't easy. And to have somebody like Nate Robinson go out there and disrespect the sport like that was, you seen what happened. All right? Well, all right, fella, in the meantime, between time and the Most High side to bring you joy, and this little sport analysis coming from Bean Willie, and I'm out at 5,000.